Canto 31. After his stinging tongue reddened my face, it laid that soothing ointment on that place, just as a lance which Achilles possessed healed by a second touch the wound it made. We turned our backs upon that wretched ditch, finding the dike top now a wider space, but dimly lit. Advancing with my guide, I found the view ahead obscured by mist. From this mighty trumpet blast rang out, which would have made a thunderclap seem faint. Not even the great horn that Roland blew, bursting his heart to summon Charlemagne, sounded so full of dreariness and woe. And then, what I saw seemed to be a row of towers, similar to the battlements of Dis. And I asked the poet, "What city is this?" Said he, "The distance has confused your sight. When nearer you will see." Changing his mind, he halted, took my hand, and kindly said, "Remember, no danger threatens you at all, but still, prepare for what may be a fright. These shapes are giants in hell's lower pit, standing upon its floor and looking out, their waists are at the level where we stand. As we drew nearer to the brink of hell's last sink, I saw more clearly, my terror grew, at how these monsters towered above the land, though half their bulk was underground. I knew nature right to stop making men so big when they inclined to wickedness, unlike such gentle beasts as elephant and whale. The nearest baleful head loomed over us, as far above Peter's dome in Rome, and from the neck I saw a huge horn hung, the fierce mouth opened wide, and gibbering cried, "Arglaw grabagliki grub grib yach." "Idiot, blow your horn!" my guide yelled back. "It toots more sense than does your senseless tongue." To me he said, "Nimrod, this immense fool, founded the first cities, Babylon, then mad with pride, employed humanity to build a stair so high it could reach heaven without having to die. Heaven stopped that, depriving us of single speech. None now can understand what Nimrod says, and all they say is meaningless to him. Let us be gone." We did, and still going left, a bow shot further on, there came in sight a bigger, fiercer beast. By what hand he had been pinioned there, I could not think. A chain wound 5 times round above his waist, the link so tight both arms were firmly bound. "This is Epholtes," my leader said, "one of those Titans who attacked the might of the pagan gods, giving them all the fright until he was put down by one supreme." "If you permit, I'd rather see," I said, "Bararius, the biggest." He replied, "You'll see next Antaeus, who's just ahead. He is unchained, no speech, and will lift us down to hell's last floor. The one you asked to see is further on, and much like this one here, though far more strong." Maybe Ephaltes grasped what these words meant, and with a sudden roar he earthquake like flung his belly's weight against the cliff he faced. The ground under our feet shuddered so much that I, despite that chain, sweating with terror, feared it might break, gladly hurried beside my guide. We came with Antaeus, who looked upon us, his face 10 yards above, and Virgil spoke thus: "In Africa there is a famous place, where Scipio made Hannibal retreat, and you once slaughtered lions for your meat. Some say, had you too fought the heathen gods, your giant brothers would not have known defeat. I ask you to perform a simple chore, set us down upon hell's frozen floor." Don't sneer. The poet at my side can give what many here desire, a well-known name. He will return to life and write a book to renovate the fame of all he's met. In the 2 hands that Hercules had gripped, Antaeus prepared to take Virgil up, who called, "Come to me, Dante." He clasped me tight, and like a single parcel we were raised. Stooping to lower us, the Titan seemed much like Bellona's lofty tower. The crescendi, seen from underneath when clouds pass overhead, I'd have preferred descending by another way, but he put us both down carefully at last, where Lucifer and Judas dwell, before springing upright again, straight as a mast.